Hello friends! You're on the Last Days channel. Thank you so much for your engagement and support. And so, a review of events for November 2nd. Japan. The emergency Fukushima nuclear power plant in Japan has begun discharging the third batch of treated low radioactive water through the AC system. The company said the concentration of tritium in the water to be discharged is 55 becquerels per liter, well below the established standard of 1,500 becquerels per liter. The third batch is expected to discharge about 7,000 cubic meters of water with a total tritium content of 130,000 becquerels per liter. The discharge of the third batch will also last about 17 days, as well as the discharge of the first two batches. Recall that the company began discharging into the ocean water, which previously served to cool the damaged reactors, and then underwent purification in the ALPS system. The system allows to clean it from 62 types of radionuclides, except for tritium. This water is stored in giant tanks within the plant. So far, nearly 90% of them have been filled with the total volume of water discharged from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, which will end on March 31, 2024, with 32,000 tons and a concentration of radioactive tritium of 5 trillion becquerels. Despite the assertion by TEPCO and Japanese authorities that the water discharge poses no threat to the environment or humans, China and a number of other countries have strongly criticized such actions. In particular, the PRC has banned imports of all Japanese marine fisheries products and strengthened customs controls on other products from Japan. Roselkatsnadzor has also stated that it joins China's restrictive measures against supplies of fish products from Japan. France. Storm Ciaran has hit the coast of France, triggering red alert levels in 3 departments and orange alert levels in 30 others, including the Paris region. Hurricane force winds of up to 170 km per hour have already brought heavy rain and caused significant damage. In Brest, a maximum wind speed of 156 km per hour was recorded, causing 2 construction cranes to break down. France's National Meteorological Service called the event a potential weather bomb. 6 lines of the Paris region's transportation network were shut down and truck traffic was banned in Brittany. Interior Minister Darmanin announced the mobilization of 3,200 firefighters in the 4 departments of Brittany, as well as in the Manche and Atlantic Loire. The measures taken, such as stopping train traffic and banning trucks, were precautions to avoid possible accidents and stranded passengers on the roads. Storm Ciaran continues to rage and locals are urged to exercise caution and follow the advice of local authorities. Georgia. A forest fire ignited in the municipality of Korotsku in western Georgia. The fire broke out on a mountainside in the Lugila Valley. Firefighters and rescuers were sent to the scene, but extinguishing was complicated by the difficult terrain. About 150 firefighters, special vehicles, drones and 2 border police helicopters are involved in extinguishing the fire. According to experts, the fire was caused by careless handling of fire and record high temperatures in Samagrello and Upper Spinetti. At the moment the thermometer shows more than plus 25 degrees Celsius. Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, heavy hail accompanied by heavy rain fell in a valley north of Hale. Kuril Islands. At Ebeko volcano there was an ash ejection to a height of about 3 kilometers. The plume spread in the northeastern direction at a distance of more than 5 kilometers. No ashfall was observed in the town of Severokurilsk. Ebeko is an active volcano with a height of 1156 meters, located 6 kilometers from Severokurilsk on Paramushar Island. It is one of the most active volcanoes in the Greater Kuril Ridge. Abakan, Khakassia. Airplanes are delayed at Abakan Airport due to snowfall. Due to heavy precipitation, the air harbor of Khakassia is not yet receiving and sending ships according to the online scoreboard. Several flights are delayed. In addition, a cargo plane traveling from Harbin, China to Abakan the night before flew to Krasnoyarsk on an alternate airfield. Snow began to fall in the capital of Khakassia, the city of Abakan, and the city of Sayanogorsk, as well as in the Tashtipsky district. It was also snowing in the evening, making traffic difficult on the road on the pass between Abaza and the village of Tashtip. It was also snowing in Eskizki and Baysky districts. This first snow is likely to melt yet. Forecasters predict a daytime plus temperature. Permanent snow cover in the region is usually established after November 20th. Indonesia. The earthquake with magnitude 6.6 has been registered in the southwestern part of Timor Island in Indonesia, reports Altai branch of the Unified Geophysical Service of the Russian Academy of Sciences. According to the data of operative processing epicenter of the earthquake recorded on Thursday. Focal point of this earthquake was located at 22 kilometers SE of Kupang City in the west of Timor. The earthquake is estimated as destructive in terms of intensity of shaking in the epicenter. No data on damage and casualties have been reported yet. Japan. In the southern part of Japan's Ogasawara archipelago, a volcano located just a few hundred meters off the coast of Iwo Jima has been erupting for several days. This shallow underwater eruption has resulted in the formation of a new island about 10 meters in diameter. Brazil. We continue to follow the flooding in Brazil. Due to heavy rains, flooding has started in Teresópolis, Rio de Janeiro, and Ponta Grossa. In Manuel Ribas, the Jacutinga River overflowed its banks.
Aí, ao vivo, hein? Ó. Aí, o Megane, já era. Aí.
The water level in the Iguazu Falls became 16 times higher than normal. This is the second highest ever recorded since monitoring of Iguazu's water began. Tourists can still visit the area, but cannot cross the bridge leading to the falls. Meanwhile, on the Argentine side, the walkway leading to the viewing platform remains closed for safety reasons, as do elevators and underpasses. East of Kazakhstan. The eastern region of Kazakhstan faced the problem of overflowing rivers due to heavy rains. The overflowing streams caused a rise in the level of the Uba and Ulba Baytarmas, the latter of which flows through the regional center. The water level in the river rose by 75 centimeters, which led to waterlogging of the road under the bridge. Usually this road reduces the load on the central streets, but now the traffic is prohibited. Specialists note that such a phenomenon is mainly registered in spring in the east of the country. There are 64 special hydroposts, which strictly monitor the level of rivers to critical values. Despite this, hydrologists assure that there is no danger to residents yet. Ireland and Great Britain. Hundreds of schools have closed, flights have been cancelled, and some parts of the UK have announced possible serious consequences after Storm Ciaran hit the UK. The epicenter of the extreme weather is over northwestern Europe, meteorologists said. Winds of nearly 130 kilometers per hour are blowing on the southern coast. The UK Met Office issued 2 life-threatening warnings across England and Wales, causing traffic by land, air and sea to be halted and ferries, trains and flights cancelled until Saturday. London's Heathrow Airport, Britain's busiest, imposed flow speed restrictions on arriving planes due to high winds. Mexico, Guadalajara. Heavy torrential rains caused flooding in Guadalajara, Mexico. Paraguay. Flooding has arrived in Ayolas in Paraguay as a result of heavy rains. Authorities have declared a state of emergency. Also in Villarrica, a tornado passed through in the evening. Our planet. Scientists have given a forecast of magnetic storms for November. Thus, according to the Center for Space Weather Prediction of the National Agency for Oceanographic and Atmospheric Research of the United States, solar activity in this period is expected to be low. With the probability of M-class flares, a magnetic storm is possible on November 9th. The geomagnetic field will be excited on November 22nd and 25th. The first magnetic storm has covered the Earth already in early November, so on November 1st and 2nd on our planet storms of index K6. The geomagnetic field will be excited on November 9th, 21, 22, 23. A weak magnetic storm is expected on November 25th to 26th. It is worth noting that the forecast for such a long period of time can be inaccurate and things can still change. Magnetic storms are perturbations of the Earth's geomagnetic field with different duration and intensity. They are associated with streams of charged particles that are ejected by the Sun. Magnetic storms can cause interruptions in communication, as well as affect the well-being of the elderly and weather-dependent people. In particular, they may experience headaches, dizziness, nausea, joint pain, fatigue, insomnia. Earlier, scientists said that the peak of solar activity will come earlier than expected, and it will be stronger than predicted. The peak should be expected as early as 2024.